called and invited his people like every other prophet. But the only thing is that when they turned away from him, he decided to quit the mission. He quitted the mission that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hired him for without permission from Allah. فَظَنَّ أَن لَّن نَّقْدِرَ عَلَيْهِ. He thought that there's not going to be consequences for that. He thought that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not going to punish him or constrain things on him. فَرَكِبَ الْبَحْرِ. We all know what happened. He got onto on board of a ship, and he ended up after 3 times drawing the lots and choosing who to get rid of. Sayyidina Yunus alayhi salam, he has to go. And the story is all known. But the thing is, sometimes we do sins that we do not pay attention to, but for any sin, there are consequences. There are consequences. مَن يَعْمَلْ سُوءًا يُجْزَ بِهِ. Unless you have tawbah. التائب من الذنب كمن لا ذنب له. So one of our problems is that we نخطئ في جنب الله سبحانه وتعالى. We commit sins that we do not pay attention to, and we go without caring. That will have consequences in our life without us knowing, unless we come and fix them. So let's fix anything before we end up having bad consequences in our life. Sayyidina Yunus alayhi salam, he left his people, and they were what? They were all, many of them rejected him, or all rejected him. He came back after the test. 100,000 or more believed in him. They were believers. لا نيأس أبدا. Never quit the job. Never stop. Keep trying. Sayyidina Yunus alayhi salam quitted. He came back. They were all believers. By the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they regretted and they knew that he was the right prophet. So let's not give up on anything. Al-Hut, we all know, we read these nice statistics about Al-Hitan, Al-Hut Al-Azraq, the blue whale. Not talking about this game, but the blue whale, and how his brain is like, or its brain is like a school bus, I believe, or the stomach is like a school bus, huge. And this is a small little man in the middle of it. You can imagine how much acids are there. That could be easy to wash out and literally deplete anything. But Sayyidina Yunus alayhi salam will be there just as a test from Allah. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as He is testing him, He doesn't want to get rid of him. He doesn't want to totally kill him or something. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tests us, our ummah is going through some turmoil. Something is going on in my life. It's not meant to really make things bad on you. وَلَكِنْ يُرِيدُ لِيُطَهِّرَكُمْ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the goal, why He is sometimes giving us a lesson or a test here and there. It is mainly to purify you, give you a lesson as a way of purification. So it was not meant so Sayyidina Yunus alayhi salam will die. It was just meant to give him a lesson and that he will learn. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in the middle of his test, He is latif. لطف حتى للابتلاء. As He is testing Sayyidina Yunus alayhi salam, He is taking care of him. He doesn't want the whale to swallow him and he will die. He doesn't want this to be the end. He was taking care of Sayyidina Yunus alayhi salam. What did he do in the stomach of the whale? He made tasbih. And the beautiful dhikr that he made to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is something that we really need to understand. La ilaha illa anta subhanak. La ilaha illa anta, number one thing is tawheed. He announces his faith. The faith, our faith, ahbab al-kiram, is what we really need to count on. It should be number one in our life. Subhanaka inni kuntu min al-zalimin. اعترف بذنبه. He said, I was amongst the wrongdoers. It's not a problem to do wrong, but if you do not admit that you have done wrong, this is arrogance. And that's, whatever you do after that is not acceptable. So let's admit. When we make a mistake, let's come humbly to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He did it. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give him all of these miracles because of that. So turn to Allah. Another lesson is turn to Allah. He is in the middle of the ظُلُمَاتِ الثَّلَاث, the whale, 3 darknesses, the darkness of the stomach of the whale, the darkness of the ocean, and the darkness of the night. In the middle of what could benefit him, what could help him? Nothing could help him. But he turned to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In the middle of our worries, in the middle of our turmoils, when it gets really dark, when it gets really gloomy, let's turn to Allah. One sajda could be enough. One dua, raising a hand for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala out of sincere tawajjuh ilayhi, direction to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and everything could be just there. فاستجبنا له فكشفنا ما به من ضر. Right away, Allah said, right away we responded to him and we decided to take all of that from him. Lift up the dur, the worries and the things that happened to him. Just because of the dua. Just because of a dua, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can change everything. Because of turning away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, sincerely can do all of that. Another thing, الملائكة قالت يا ربي صوت معروف. يعني this is a common voice that's coming from an anonymous place. It's from a random place, from the middle of the ocean. But we know that, we recognize that. الملائكة أحباب الكرام, angels, they will know our houses, they will know our voices, they will know who we are by our connection with Allah. They are with Allah. وَالْمَلَائِكَةُ عِنْدَ رَبِّكَ. They are with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Let's have some dhikr عند الله وعند ملائكته. Let's be known to the angels. Let's not worry about being famous or having how many likes and shares and what have you, and how many people who like us, how many friends. No, let's really worry about, do angels know me? They would know you by your prayers and sadaqat and all the good things that come out from your house, from your spot, from the masjid, from the place that you do ibadah to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These are just a few things from the story of Sayyidina Yunus alayhi salam. Otherwise we have so many other lessons. This Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala يجعلنا من الموحدين له حقا وصدقا والتائبين إليه في كل وقت. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us always turn back to Him sincerely. Allahumma ameen. جزاكم الله.